Hey guys, Chris here. I wanted to make just a short video because I feel like this is important, especially if any of you guys make your own slugs or your own pellets. If you do, I feel like this is important. Sorry, I'm a mess. I was working on my car and doing lawns all day, so I'm covered in dirt, dust, and all that kind of stuff, grease. But I wanted to show you guys this. So I bought a stack of scales from Amazon for weighing the slugs, and I bought 5 scales total. I laid them all out and tried them all next to each other because I wanted the most precise scale, and this is it right here for sure. This isn't the AWS is the brand. It's not that expensive. It's I mean, it's not the cheapest one, that's for sure. They have them for like 15 bucks. I'm going to try to get you a good zoom on it so you can see exactly what reading I'm getting, because this goes to the 100th of a gram, not just the 10th of a gram. This goes down to 100th of a gram. So let me put you even closer over here. Okay, so I went through some of my slugs right here. These are all ones that were too short, too far off of the weight that I thought they were by the other scale I had been using, which was another Amazon one, so it's easy to buy a shitty one. But the ones that do the 100th of a grain, or the 100th of a grain rather than gram, those are the ones that are going to be high precision. But this one actually, so the other one used to have 0 on there, and then I would have to tear it every time I put a new slug on it. I can leave this and it'll stay at 0. And the color actually changes when you change what weight you're doing. So that's carat, that's DWT, whatever that is. This is the ounces, this is grams. No, that was OZT, whatever that means, and then grams and ounces, and then back to grains. So this is 43.58, so it was a 43.5, but I didn't have that last number on the other scale, that 100th of a grain. So that, because obviously the two numbers together make it 100th of a grain, so they're 58 hundredths or what. So this one is 43 and 12 hundredths of a grain. So these were supposed to be 43.5. So, you know, it's still a little short, but it's close. Like these are all like 40, 43 and a quarter. That's or 43.24. That's close. 43.58. So, and now I'm starting to get some more consistently close ones, but almost all of those, this whole pile, I had a little pile there and a big pile there, and the big pile was 40.6. They were short. They were 40 and change. And I don't weigh every single one, because once you lock on the press slug anyways, once you lock the adjustments, they don't move. They'll come out consistent. But I may have, you know, moved it before I locked it or something. Or actually, that's probably not what happened. Honestly, this is probably at 6 hour at the NAC competition. I spilled one of my Milwaukee pack outs full of slugs, and you know, I got most of them before they hit the ground, but I still had to sort them all out, and some of them may not have gotten sorted out properly because I didn't go weighing them. See, that one's, well, it was 43.5 exactly. It's 43.54, but that's, I mean, we're talking like 100th of a grain is such an incredibly small amount. Even a quarter of a grain. Grains are such a small measurement as it is. But once you get like half a grain to a grain different, that can affect your shot. In my experience. And then again, in some guns, like for instance my Crown, I just put a 600 millimeter barrel on it. And I made a video just recently with the new bipod that I got. But I recently decided that that's going to be my bench rest gun, is my Crown. And the reason for that, I'll finish this later. You guys have already seen what I wanted you to show, what I wanted to show you. The reason for that is that it's incredibly consistent with speed, with accuracy, with all of the above. It's incredibly consistent. And between that, the bipod, and then the new optics I have coming in, which right now it has a Vortex Venom on it, which is a cheaper scope. It's nothing crazy, but I kind of ordered stuff that was crazy. I got a Night Force ATAC RF1 coming in, and also a Zero Compromise, both of them at 4 to 20 power, and because I like that power because you get a wide view. You know, you get a that one's already covered. So let's see, you get a wide field of view rather.
886.
So what I was going to say is, see, that's right where I want to be, right around, you know, 880 to 900, which, you know, I'm right in the 880 to 890 range. Once in a while it'll pop up with one higher, but I had 20 shots last night with that's the first night I put the 30 caliber barrel in. I don't even have a magazine yet. I'm single loading. The first time I tried it, with the 30 caliber barrel rather, but I put the Impulse 30 caliber moderator on it. This had an extreme spread of 3 feet per second in 20 shots. So this is an extremely consistent gun, and it's incredibly accurate. This is only a 600 millimeter barrel, which is much better than the 700 because it's oddly long with the 700. It's very long. The 380 is way too short. I figured 600 is good enough because with the suppressor, it's like the 700 without one, essentially. So it's about as close as it's about as short as I want to go if I'm going to use it for a bench rest gun. And now this is, I shot one 50-yard card because this is 50 yards here. I shot one 50-yard card. And this is only my second card. The first card was actually, the first card would have scored a 220. That was on my first card with the gun. I mean, not even changing the scope from 25 caliber. I didn't even adjust. I adjusted the scope as I was shooting, and it still would have been a 220.
895.
So, and right now I'm on my last row of a card, and I'll show you the card. Just so you can see, I mean, this is a brand new barrel. It's a different caliber, and I had the pin probe on the last one. This is a pellet probe, but it's fitting because I'm shooting pellets, and I have to have one gun, you know, ready with pellets for pellets. I still got to get used to the fact I can adjust the gun like this. It's so nice. This bipod adjusts the gun up, down, left, right. I'm hitting the center of the hole and the center of the circle. The center of the circle and the center of the circle. Sometimes right in the center of the circle, in the center of the circle. But, I mean, sometimes some of them are out. Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out of 21 shots are dead on bullseyes. Like, I mean, a lot of the others would be counted as 10 because they're like breaking the green line, but they're still mainly in the middle. But the rest are like inside the center green line. It's incredible how accurate. And all that with a $500 scope. Wait till I put the Zero Comp, or probably, honestly, I think this gun is going to end up with the Burris XTR3 or the Bushnell Elite Tactical DMR3. And my two impacts are going to end up with probably the other of those two on one. No, actually, the Burris is staying on the Panthera because that's a 56 millimeter objective, 5.5 to 36 zoom, and that's a longer range gun. The other of those two will end up on my Rattler, and then I'm gonna have a scope or two extra because I already have a scope or two extra, but I'm gonna fill them with guns at some point.
$893.
So I'm going to, the Pyramid Cup is coming up pretty soon. That I didn't make it to RMAC, but I am going to make it to the Pyramid Cup, and I'm going to be shooting for stud mag loaders. I'm not accepting any compensation, but I like the guy. He's a nice guy. He's smart. We have good conversation, so you know I'm happy to shoot for him, and I believe in his products. His magazines are by far the smoothest that I've ever shot with, and I've used several, so I highly recommend them, very highly, and I've shown you guys why if you saw the video.
800.
All right, so that's the last shot. I'm going to show you this. I'll let you see this card real quick. So this is what screwed me up at the last competition, is the sighters are on top on this, like they are on every nationally recognized professional rifle association. They're on the top. The sighters are in the top row. And of course I had to shoot one like that there, and they have them on the bottom row, which was fun. And I had a damn good card too. I was pretty pissed. So you guys can see the whole card. There's my sighters, and then I did a few on the first one. The second one was dead center, so I went to town. And then dead on bullseye, not dead on bullseye, part bullseye, below bullseye. That's like an S7. That's a 10. That's a 7. That's a 10. That's a 10. That's an 8. That's an 8. That's a 10. That's a 10. That's 9. That's an 8. No, that might be a 9. That's a 8/9. This is a 10. This is a 9. This is an 8. This is a 10. This is a 9. This is a 10, this is a 9, this is a 9, this is an 8, and this is a 10. So, I mean, I didn't add it up, but that's only the second one of those targets that I've used since I put the 30 caliber barrel and pellet probe on that gun. So it just goes to show you, I didn't even make this video for this reason. I was just finishing that second card because I've been working on my car, and I actually am going to make a video of what I'm doing to the car. My Challenger got a new clutch. I'm going to do one video about that, a double disc metallic clutch, throwout bearing, pilot bearing, all that fun stuff. And then rear axles. The differential and drive shaft are going to come next, because after that is a stroked motor and probably a 3-liter Whipple. I'm going to feel it with the 426 motor first, and if that's enough power for me, which there's never enough power for you when you like power, I might keep it that way. I do like, there is another reason, the natural aspiration and the immediate throttle response. That's something that's hard to give up. I have 2 turbo diesel trucks, and they have pedal lag because of the turbos. Superchargers, the same thing. Any kind of forced induction is going to have pedal lag, and I'd like to not have that if I can. So if I can keep it naturally aspirated and get the power I want, you know, I've already done a 95 millimeter throttle body. I think I could do fuel injectors, you know, bigger pump. I mean, it doesn't have as much of an effect as a diesel truck, but on a car like that, but it will have some effect for sure. But the forced air is going to be the biggest thing. But I don't do nitrous. That ruins cars. But anyways, you guys, hopefully I showed you something good with the scale, and I will see you later.